Okay, continuation with the footwork platform shifting. So instead of doing the drill today that I showed you yesterday, let's talk about the two variations of stances or on guard positions. One is quite narrow, okay? Rear foot at a 90, front foot at a 30. And we call this the closed position, okay? Normally the hands come up just like this, with the lead tool being slightly under the rear tool, just outside of the self-center line. The second variation of the stance is called the open stance, where the rear foot turns at a 45 and comes up a click. Okay, not a big adjustment and not completely square, still bladed. Okay, all right, so the closed stance is primarily for long range, and the open stance is primarily for middle and close range, but they're not limited there too, and still are functional in or outside of those ranges. So, okay, let's talk about the closed position in regards to shifting. In regards to offensive technique, okay, we'll just use a thrust. The rear foot turns. The waist and the rear foot turn. Okay? In regards to a hooking attack, okay? The front foot turns. And if the rear foot is at a 45, both feet turn. If it's already at a 90, just the lead turns. Okay? So that's rotational shifting. We still haven't stepped anywhere. Still shifting is a form of footwork. The other way to do it is the percussive shifting. Again, it's the closed position. It's simply lifting up and setting down the feet. So what you saw in the drill yesterday, and these two variations, here and here, okay, now has changed to a more percussive form, right? Lifting up and setting down. Simply like tap dancing. And not lifting very high, actually very small. But you can, I'll turn this way, you can still see that there's an upper body pendulum action. See how it goes like that, all right? So elusive head movement, okay? Elusive head movement along with shifting of weight, okay? That's going to do it. Well, actually, no, it's not going to do it. So now I'm going to go to the more open stance, okay? And rotational shifting now basically means putting my upper body at 45 degree angle over my leg and front foot. This could be considered a shoulder roll, okay, which is a form of slipping. Usually we refer to slipping as just sideways movement. So this one we would refer to as a shoulder roll, okay? And then on the backward side, I put my weight backward diagonal and do the same thing with the shoulder roll, using what's called a three-point cover, hand, chin, shoulder, okay? Arm down, creating a triangle, okay? And that was done also on this side. Sometimes the hands are just kept on guard in regards to empty hand fighting, okay? But this applies to the weaponry as well, okay? Then, well, that does it for this lead, because in order to shift on these angles, forward and backwards, I have to take partial steps, which is in the next, or which will be in the next video clip. All right, so another way we can look at this shifting is that when I turn the rear foot, it's to power the rear punch. When I turn back, it's to power the hook punch, okay? Or uppercut here, or uppercut here, okay? Or overhand here. Okay, all right, that's gonna do it for today. And hasta Rasta pasta mañana.